Katika kipindi tunakuletea wasanii.
What's up my guys, I go by the name Rainams.
Eti nikipita kwa macho na nipimia, na kama sina pesa unguwezi nipimia. Hapa Shenster the Poet manze.
Ngoma moto moto.
If you wanna show some love, show some love, but don't fake it. Ida kumenya mawazo makuu na nienedera shule warutani waku
Vichekesho mkisongaza mahojiano moto moto, stori za wasanii pamoja na talanta za wasanii.
Fiki wa kasi gani kama wapatikani wakati wa shida.
Na pia kwenye kipindi utabambika, utajijenga, utaelimika, utakuza talanta yako.
My name is Rebecca Mutie, I'm a model and I'm Afri Kenya. I'm a student. Napenda kusikiza kipindi cha Bonga na Katoni kila Jumatatu kuanzia saa 9 mpaka saa 10.
Kumbuka ni kwenye Bonga na Katoni ndani ya TAS TV kuanzia saa 9 hadi saa 10 kila siku ya Jumatatu.
This is Bonga na Katoni in TAS TV. Karibuni.
Na mambo vipi wapenzi watazamaji, karibuni tena kwa awamu nyingine inayofahamika kama Counting the Red Ribbons, ikiwa leo ni tarehe 17 mwezi wa pili mwaka 2025. Lakini kabla tujaanza pale, ningependa kuwafahamisha ya kwamba kwa wale wote ambao mngependa kujoin TAS College, tunapeana courses kibao pale. Tunapeana courses za kusomea lugha ya Kijerumani ama German language pale. Na kama wewe ni mmoja na ungependa kuungana na German languages pale katika TAS College, unaweza ukawasiliana nao kupitia nambari ya simu ambao ni 0798154042. Nirudia tena, nambari ya simu ni 0798154042. Karibuni sana wapenzi watazamaji. Hapa ni mahali ambapo unauliza swali na unajibiwa hapo hapo. Kama uko na swali lolote ambalo ungependa sana kufahamu kuhusiana na kile kitu ambacho tungependa tunaongelea hii leo, unaweza ukauliza pale chini. Alafu pia ningependa sana kujua your Valentine manze ilikuwa namna gani? Ulipewa maua ama ulipangwa jamani? Lakini kama kuwa na kitu, kama kawaida tunasema ya kwamba ni vyema kusamehe boy child, na mtu ambaye anasameanga sana boy child, Mungu aendelee kumbariki hadi yeye mwenyewe ashangai, manake boy child sisi ndio nini? Sisi ndio kichwa. Sitaki kuongea mengi sana, talk to me manze, uniambie venye Valentine yako ilikuwa pale. Asanteni sana, karibuni sana tukaweze kujumuika. How are you?
I'm fine.
Yes. Karibu sana, introduce yourself.
My name is Joyce.
Yes.
Joyce Wanjiru. I'm a counselor by profession. I've been in this field of counseling for more than 20 years now. 20 years. Yes.
Mimi niko na 20 years as we speak. So, wakati nilizaliwa ndio ulianzanga?
Yes.
Yes, 20 years. Haijakuwa rahisi.
Haijakuwa rahisi. But it's also quite fulfilling.
Yes.
And kuona wakati unasaidia watu na it feels good.
Yes. Kabla tujaingia katika masuala na kile kitu ambacho tunaongelea hii leo, 20 years ambao umeifanya katika field, ni wapi unaonanga like watu wengi wanakuanga affected sana? Ni field gani? Sana sana vijana, unaona ni nini ambacho kinakuanga kina affect sana?
Especially vijana sana sana.
Yes.
Talk number 1 of relationship. Na mapenzi.
Yeah.
Na wakati huu there are so many issues about vijana wengi hawako kazi. So vile inawa affect sana.
Yes.
Especially kimafikra.
Sana sana unapata pia vijana wamemaliza chuo lakini hakuna kazi. There is no work, wanaanza ku feel self esteem iko chini sana. Sawa sawa. Hayo ni maswali ambao tutakuwa tukiangazia siku nyingine, lakini kwa sasa kindly introduce the topic of the day. Yes.
Thank you. So today,
yes,
I want us to look at the crisis, the Usaid crisis, now how it's affecting the mental health,
yes,
of the staff. tujuavyo kwa wakati huu kuna watu wengi sana especially wenye walifanya na Usaid CDC wenye hawako kazi kwa wakati huu. And even as people wait for the 90 days, we are not sure what next or what will be happening next. So the reason why I'm here today is to look at what are the impact, how has this impacted the staff, and also looking at what next. It has happened, so what next as we wait for the 90 days? What next? Because we need to take care of our mental health. Hatutaki watu wapate mental issues, to go into depression, and those are the things that affect the quality of their life. Yes, that's why I'm here today.
Wow, you have talked about the Usaid crisis. Which are these crises now?
Especially for Kenyans, if you look at what is happening for Kenyans, there are so many organizations that were funded by Usaid. And as a result, when the President Trump came into power, there are services that were stopped because there was no more funding. There are still services going on that you are saying they are life-saving services, but zingine nyingi zimekatizwa. And as a result of that, watu wengi wako nyumbani.
Sawa. Ukiangalia wengi ndio wako nyumbani. Kuna hizo foundations ambazo zilikuwa zinaraniwa na Usaid pale. Kuna programs fulani walikuwa wanapeana katika nchi yetu. Do you see that now it is time for the government to wake up and do more so that to gap that space?
Yes. I think it's a high time, and it's also a learning process for our government. Because ni kama tulishikiliwa sana na donor funding. And I think now it's time for our government to rise up and take up some of this responsibility.
Now, if the government, let us say, it is not going to work on this immediately, how do you see the economy of the country will be like?
Well, I can't tell exactly, but what I know is that there'll be crisis. Before we go back to where we were and start doing better, kutakuwa na a lot of crisis. And one of the crises I'm talking of is mental health crisis. That will be a major crisis. I know government is trying to do some few things to bridge the gap. And I'm just hoping for the best. I'm just hoping for the best, because the person to suffer will be the common mwananchi. So we're just praying and hoping that things will get better.
Now back now to the topic. Explain for us mental health.
Well, when we talk about mental health, wakati mwingine when people hear of mental health, they think ni wazimu. But when we talk about mental health, we are talking about the state of well-being. And there are 4 things that we look at: the physical health, the emotional, the cognitive, and the social part of it. That as a human being, when you say that you are mentally healthy, it means that physically, emotionally, cognitively, and socially uko sawa. Emotionally ni hisia zako. That's what we talk about.
You drive yourself.
Physically, are you physically okay? When people look at you, they say you are physically okay. Then we have the cognitive, which is your mental, mentally, psychologically, are you okay? And socially, it's about relationship. How are your relationship? Are your relationship okay? So when we look at person who is mentally healthy, we say that they are functioning well in those 4 areas. And those 4 areas need to have a balance. Kama ni, we say nine, and to give it 100%, all those 4 areas must give you 25% to make a 100%. So you can't say that emotionally you are okay and physically you're not okay. Or socially niko sawa, but emotionally
they go hand in hand.
They have to balance.
Now let us start with the physical one. How do you know now the person physically is not okay? Some of the examples that you can see in a person.
Kwa mfano, physically, let's take an example. The way you are today. Tomorrow ingia hapa, the way you are dressed, watu wakikuangalia watajua there's something wrong with Tony. something is happening with Tony which is not right. Yes, so physically is basically you can look at it and you can say, even the way they do things, they've been doing things very well, they've been organized, they've been doing well, but all of a sudden there's that drastic change. So that tells you there's a mental health issue somewhere. Yes. Emotionally pia ni hisia, how you are feeling. Like now if I come here and I start crying, you will know there's something wrong. Ama huyu mtu anakasirika, is irritable, umekuwa mkifanya kazi, but this person is always very irritable. Akisikia kitu anakasirika, you don't know how to handle this person, because emotionally hisia zake haziko sawa.
That another one. Mesema emotional. Nayo
emotionally sasa niyo hisia zake haziko sawa. Ana get is irritable. You can actually tell this person, their emotions are not well. They have those outbursts of maybe they are shouting, they are not, yani wanakasirisha tu watu, you cannot relate with them very well.
Now let us come now the first step. That person is suffering from, let us say, emotionally, physically, mental, something like that one. The first step to take on this person?
Well, I think the first thing to look at, you need to understand where is this coming from.
The source.
The source. And I'll be looking at that I'll be looking at those mental health triggers and all that. We'll be looking at that. So what is happening to this person? Maybe they've gone through a traumatic scenario, and it's bothering them. So when you're relating to them, you find that emotionally they are not okay. They are not okay inwardly. But we look at that as I look at the topic of today.
Wow, thank you very much. How have you recent Usaid crisis impacted on mental health of the staff, e.g. what emotions and the mental issues brought by this crisis?
So when you look at them, there are several mental health issues, but I want to look at the emotional part of it. And that's what I was telling you about. And what they are going through at the moment. Remember, this just came up, and no one was expecting this. It just came up. And people were told now, maybe starting this month, your contract ends this month, or you have a month to go or 2 months to go, and that's it. So one of the things that is happening right now, most of the staffs are in shock and denial. Shock in the sense that when you meet something that you didn't expect, the first thing, what happened as human beings, you go into shock. And you say, hey, it can't be true. Even if someone comes and give you sad news leo, kwambie someone has died, the first thing will be, what? You deny. So that's the first thing, where you find that people are feeling numb, disbelief about the situation. They still can't believe. I can't believe I was doing this job and it's normal. So there is that feeling of shock and denial. Then sadness and grief. People are very sad about it, because you're talking about livelihood. How you feed your family, how you take care of yourself, those basic ones, housing, rent, nini hizo vitu zote, school fees, kila kitu. So people are very sad at the moment. And grief, kuna hiyo huzuni, ile huzuni ya moyo, you're grieved, you don't know what to do. It's a loss. Actually, it's a big loss. Because imagine you've worked in an organization. I know people have worked in organization for 10, 15 years. Unaamka for the last 10 years, umekuwa, you've been waking up, going to work. Nipale. And then all of a sudden, in a week's time, 2 weeks, umeambio, hakuna kazi. So there is that sadness and grief. So, and there's a lot of mourning. Na unaona hiyo inakujanga na kuhuzunika and all that. So, and then a lot of emptiness, because you're asking yourself, what next? I've been used to this routine for the last 10 years. So what other routines do I adapt to? So there's that anxiety and fear. Again, anger and resentment. And anger, unakuta mtu anakasirika. Unakasirika tu. You don't want many stories with people. You are angry. and there's also resentment ama ile una regret vitu.
Yes.
I wish I had done this, I wish I had done
Ningekuwa
this, ningekuwa nimesave,
mbali, yes.
ningekuwa mbali, now see what. So there's that happening a lot.
Yes.
So that comes in with like you blaming oneself, unajiblame. I should not have missed, I should not have bought a car this time. All these other, I should not have taken a loan. I should have done 1, 2, 3 things. So those are the things that are coming up with this.
Yes.
And then we see that there's withdraw from social interaction. Nakuta mtu anataka tu ajifungie kwa nyumba. You just want to be alone. You don't want people to talk to you. You've switched off your phone. You don't want many interaction. Yes. And then feeling disconnected from others. That you feel you're disconnected, even from your family, from your friends. You don't want people to call you and ask you many.
Mwende kuhang out. Unaona siku ni kama ni mrefu sana.
Siku ni kama ni mrefu sana. So then you have loss of identity.
Yes.
You're like, hey, now where is my stand? Where do I stand now? Who am I?
Yes.
I've been a HR for all this time.
Tena
wapi. I've been in IT.
Yes.
I've been in human resources. You know, so many other things you're asking yourself. And one of the things that we are going to see is many cases of depression. You know, I say that depression is a mental health condition.
Yes.
It's actually a sickness in itself. Depression itself.
Yes.
And depression, when you look at depression, you're talking about persistent sadness, ile kuwa na huzuni kila wakati, kujisikia hopeless. You look at yourself and you're like, the things that you like doing, you no longer want to do them.
Yes.
So there's that persistent sadness. So change in sleep pattern. Unakuta kuna mtu mwenye ambaye hapati usingizi. Kuna mwingine hataki kuamka, anataka tu akae amelala. So there is also change in appetite.
Yes.
When you're looking at depression, unakuta there are people who will eat a lot. There are people who have no appetite of eating.
Yes.
And then also the energy levels. Unajikuta hutaki kufanya anything. You try hata kwa nyumba, hata kama ni kufua ama to clean to polish your shoes and all that, you feel you don't have that energy to do anything.
Yes.
So those are some of the things that people who are going through this crisis are going through at this particular time.
Yes.
Yes.
Now the advice that they can take, or what next? Yes, you are suffering from this depression. This is what you are facing through. Now this person, to help this person, what can you tell them?
Well, what I can say is that all is not lost.
Yes.
Then losing job is temporary. I'm sure even as you listen to me today, this is not your first job.
Yes.
You've lost so many other jobs, and if you go back to maybe instances that you faced before, you'll find that you went through the same scenario, but you came out. You came out of it. You are able to move on with your life. So even this time, you're saying this is a very temporal situation.
Yes.
And we don't want you to lose yourself in this situation now.
Yes.
So we talk of how do I cope with what is happening today.
Yes.
And one of the things that is important for you to do is acknowledge your feelings. It's very important. Don't lock yourself in and say, now this is the end of the world for me. It's not the end of the world.
Yes.
It may be a beginning of something else better. So we say that acknowledge your feelings.
Yes.
And this is like you look for people you can talk to. When you're feeling down, you're feeling depressed, usikae hapo.
Yes.
You need to rise up, talk to people. Talk to people as much as you can. Journal, for those people who like writing, journal, just write down how you are feeling.
Yes.
Because if you put those feelings inside you, they will explode, and they can explode in a very bad way. So talk about them. So then allow yourself to process these feelings.
Yes.
Without judging yourself. Remember, there are people who are regretting.
Yes, yes.
Sasa nilichukua loan ni nini?
Italipo aje.
Italipo aje. Wako shule.
imekwama.
Biashara imekwama. So there are so many things. So don't start looking at what you should have done. Look at what is it that you can do today. That is the most important thing.
Yes.
So then seek support from friends, family, even from counselors. Give someone a call. Call the studio I'm in today. Ask them, what is it that I can do? They'll be able to direct you on what is it that you can do.
Yes.
That is very, very important. Then practice self-compassion. Not just sometimes you are not compassionate towards yourself. You hit yourself very big.
Yes.
I saw somewhere written, someone was saying, alikuwa anajiambia yeye mwenyewe, I'm so stupid. How could I have done that? Then someone else next akamuita, you are stupid. And they got very mad. They got very mad. But the person asked them, but you said you're stupid. So why are you anamwambia? So ni kama anamuonyesha what you're telling yourself is not, it's not the right thing. When it's said by someone else, it sorry offends you. But it's you who is saying it, you're not offended. But you should be offended by it. So have compassion on yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. Have compassion on yourself.
Yes.
So treat yourself with kindness, It's very important. Then start maintaining a routine.
Yes.
Because so many people are locking themselves in. Start maintaining a routine. Create a daily schedule. It's very important. Ukiamka asubuhi, usikae tu and then you go through your Facebook page, you look at TikTok,
unafanya challenge.
So many things. So don't lock yourself in. It's important you create a schedule for yourself. A day. Remember, for 8 hours ulikuwa job. So how do you occupy those 8 hours the same way? And at the same, this will make you very important.
Yes.
So create a schedule. Be active. It's very important.
Yes.
Hata kama ni kujog or take a walk. Those are things that are going to help you a lot. And then focus on what you can control. There are things right now you cannot control. You cannot control the way this situation has gone. So look at things. What is this that I can control? I can exercise. I can volunteer somewhere.
Yes.
I can talk to people. So those are small things. And they may seem small, but they will help you a long way.
Yes.
So we said you stay physically active. Then limit negative self-talk.
Yes.
Unajua kuna ile kujiongelesha in a very negative way. So you need to be able to limit that as much as possible. And then explore other opportunities. Network with other people. Call people that you've been working with. People that are doing what you used to do. Ask them, what is it that I can do? So there are other people, they were not working with Usaid, but they are doing well. So network with them. Find out what is it that you can do. And you find that there's something that you can do that will help other people.
Yes.
So take small actionable steps towards job search or personal goals. Right now, maybe it's a high time you sit back and ask yourself, I've been doing this, I've been in this field for some time, I've been in the field of HIV for some time. Which other field can I look at? Can I look at education? Can I look at schools? What other areas? Because I'm sure some of the skills that we have cross-cut across many other fields. So you ask yourself, what is the other thing that I can be able to do?
Yes.
Look at your CV right now. Do you need to work on it? Are there small things that you can do? If you are able to take yourself back to school, that is well and good. To get more other skills, that is good. So you need to look at that. Look at your CV, how is it? Are there other places that you can contact? Are there people that you can work with? Are there people that can hold your hands in your profession? Those are questions that you need to begin starting yourself. Yes.
Wow, asanteni sana. Unajua sometimes wanasema ni vizuri kuongea na ukiongea huwa inakutoka. So wanasema sema ikutoke. kitu ambacho huwa kinakusumbua. Lakini there is something sijawahi elewa. Wanasema ya kwamba wakati ambapo uko na shida and it reaches the time that you are supposed to cry. Wanasema ya kwamba ukilia sana ile mauchungu huwa inatoka, kile kitu ambacho kilikuwa nakusumbua inatoka. So mtu mwenye analia ufai kumzuia, nafaa kuachana naye alie, hiyo kitu mtoke. Is it true according to your experience yenye umekuwa nayo?
Yes. Yeah, it is true. It's called pouring out.
Yes.
It's like you are locked somewhere, or just think of a pot that has water inside, or a balloon. Let's take an example of a balloon. Unaiweka maji, it will explode. Ina nenepa. It grows big. So once it grows big, there's that moment that it cannot hold any more water. So itapasuka.
Yes.
And that's what happened when people have many issues, to reach a point that they cannot hold anymore, that they are going to burst. So how they burst is very important. Because like now, it can burst and somebody decide to commit suicide. That's a way of bursting, because they cannot take in more. But when you talk it out, it means that balloon, it's pouring out the water is being poured out. So it's not fill up and burst. So it means that that person will get help. So it helps a lot to talk, to cry. Crying is a way of expressing your emotions. Yes, so it also helps a lot.
Wow, very nice. Na kuna hii scenario nasema pia kuna watu wakikasirika, unajua tempers are different. Kuna huyo akikasirika na anakula sana. Hiyo si ni kuharibu budget?
Yeah, ni kuharibu. You can say ni kuharibu. Yes. But you may find that sometime people will atajikuta maybe anakula a lot of junk. Just to fill them up, to be able to feel better. But at the end of the day, you might find that that person might end up gaining a lot of weight, in terms of that junking, eating a lot of junking. Yes. But we're saying that there are other ways to help you cope with mental health issues.
Wow.
Yes, they are there.
Wow.
Like counseling helps a lot. If people can look for counseling, that will help a lot.
Wow.
Yes.
Shikilia hapo, tukirejea nitakuwa nikikuuliza mengi zaidi pale. Tunachukua mapumziko mafupi, tukirejea tutakuwa katika hali ya kutamatisha. Kwa hivyo usiende mbali na pia usikose kuuliza swali la kwako. See you in a short while.
Ready to learn German? TAS College is the perfect place to start. Grab a partial scholarship opportunity in German language beginner course today and unlock new opportunities to work abroad.
Guten Morgen. Good morning. Guten Tag. Good afternoon. Guten Abend. Good evening. These are some of the words that you will be learning in our school. So come and join the new beginner classes for German classes at our school.
Whether it is for travel, career, or personal growth, TAS College has you covered. Whether you prefer online or physical classes, we have the ideal learning option for you. With monthly intakes and experienced instructors, you will be speaking German in no time. We are located in Vika Town along Kenyatta Highway at Nema Plaza 2nd floor opposite Vika Bazaar building. Ready to begin? Call 0798 154 042 to enroll today. TAS College, striving through talent.
Are you a campus student looking to gain real-world experience? Look no further. At Tante Africa Studios, we offer exciting attachment opportunities that will elevate your skills and boost your career. Join us in tackling real challenges and making an impact in the industry. Are you ready to step up? And don't worry, we promise to make it fun. After all, who said learning can't have a little laughter? We are located at Thika Nema Plaza 2nd floor. Apply now and take your first step towards your future. Visit our website or contact us today at TAS TV on all social media platforms. Tante Africa Studios. Your dream, our vision.
Naam, karibu tena mpenzi mtazamaji. Bila shaka venye nimesema tuko katika awamu ya mwisho, mahali ambapo tunaendelea na kujadiliana kuhusiana na masuala pia ya kiafya ambayo tumekuwa tukiongelea pale, mental health issues pale tumeweza kuongelea pale, na pia kama uko na swali lolote ambalo wewe mwenyewe ungependa kuuliza, bado ni vyema ukaweze kutuma arafa ya kwako pale. Tuko naye Joyce Owino, ni mtaalamu wa saikolojia, hako hapa ndani ili akaweze kukuelimisha kile kitu ambacho unafaa kutake next, aswa wakati ambapo umesongwa na mawazo sana, unafaa kuchukua hatua gani. Tuko hapa ili tukaweza kupokea jibu. Bila shaka pia nikufahamishe kuhusu TAS College, wanapeana mafunzo ya German languages pale. TAS College wanapeana mafunzo ya German language pale, na kama wewe ni mwanafunzi ambaye ungependa kusomea lugha ya Kijerumani pale, unaweza ukawasiliana na wao kupitia nambari ya simu ambayo ni 0798154042 0798154042 pale. Ukiwasiliana na wao kupitia hiyo nambari ya simu, utakuwa ukijua ni vipi unaweza kuwafikia ili wewe ukaweze kujiunga kama mwanafunzi mmoja ambaye angependa kusomea masuala na Kijerumani ama German language pale. Sawa sawa, lakini pia kama uko kama maeneo mbalimbali ambapo unanisikiza, you can visit our office. Ziko pale Neema Plaza second floor. Ukifika pale Neema Plaza second floor, unaweza ukawapata pale, ama upige hiyo nambari ya simu ukifika Tudhika 0798154042 pale. Ukipiga hiyo nambari ya simu watakuwa wakipokea na wewe utakuwa ukipata jibu la kwako pale. Tukisonga mbele, are there red flags that will require help and support?
Thank you, Tony. Yes. I remember in 90s, I think it was in 90s.
Yes.
And in Kenya, when we start hearing the word retrenchment, there were many people who are retrenched from the government offices. And there were so many cases of suicide. Watu wengi sana walijiua. I remember of a scenario of a man who never shared with their family that he has been retrenched from his place of work.
Yes.
And he would wake up early in the morning, anavaa nguo zake
kama anaenda kazini. Yeah.
Only when he ended up committing suicide, the family knew that the guy was retrenched like a year ago. But he has been waking up, going to work kama kawaida. Yes.
Like maisha iko sawa.
Iko sawa.
Lakini haiko sawa.
Yes. So I think one of the red flag I want to talk about today is on the issues of depression. And I think I've talked about how do you tell in terms of depression.
Yes.
So you need to look out on when you wake up and you notice that for 7 days in a week you are sad throughout.
Yes.
Every day you are sad, and that's deep sadness. I don't know what to do. You are sad, completely sad.
Yes.
And this has persisted. That's a red flag. Then that loss of energy, you find yourself you just want to sleep. You don't want to wake up. You have no energy to do anything. I think that also a red flag that things are not well.
Yes.
Then you look at maybe also loss of interest in things that you used to like doing. I used to like singing, watching movies. So there is that loss of interest. You're not interested in anything at all. You used to have hobbies that you're not interested in anymore. So that also becomes a red flag. And then the other thing is on suicide.
Yes.
As I know sometimes those suicidal thoughts may cross our path once in a while. So that hopelessness, it's something you need to look at. And when I look at suicide, I want us to look at 4 areas about suicide. Number 1, you have those preoccupied thoughts of committing suicide, where you feel that life has no meaning at all. So you need to watch out on that. Some people have even planned of how they would want to take their life. You say, hey, I think I would go to Chania River and throw myself.
Ama kwa gorofa
ajiatilie. You're starting to develop a plan of how you'd want to commit suicide. And then some people have even decided when they would want to take their own life. So that's a red flag.
Yes.
And we also have people in the past who have attempted to commit suicide. So if you are in this crisis,
yes,
and you find yourself in those 4 areas, or even you find yourself that you've ever tried to commit suicide, you need to talk to someone.
Yes.
You actually need to talk to someone so that you don't, we don't find out that you attempted or you already committed suicide. So you need to look into those flags. And then if you're listening to me today,
yes,
and you have a person, a friend, a family member, or someone you know that is going through this crisis,
yes,
tafadhali keep on watching. Just look at them, give them a call, visit them, find out how they are doing. It's very, very important.
Yes.
If you have areas that you feel maybe they can work or volunteer, challenge them to do something. Challenge them not just to sit there, but do something. So it will always help.
Yes.
So I think those are the red flags. So usikae, don't sit with those flags.
Yes.
Just wave them, let the people know that this is what you're going through.
Yes.
It's very important.
Yeah, unajua venye Valentine imepita, kuna watu ambao yani hasira ikikuja, I don't know ni vipi naweza kuelezea hii, lakini I think ushaiona labda ikikumba watu. Kuna mtu hasira ikimpata kama alikuwa na kikombe anakurusha tu. Hiyo story inaisha hivyo. Kuna mwingine labda hasira ikikuja anafikiria labda jirusha kwa mtu ama kwa barabara, gari mkanyage, kitu kama hiyo. So kuna hii certain story ambayo ilikuwa ina trend pale online. Kuna huyo msichana Valentine wakati ilifika, alienda kutembelea boyfriend yake. Lakini akaguza simu ya boyfriend yake. Kumbe jamaa alikuwa anacheat, akaona message ya dem mwingine akimchat. Sasa huyu dem kitu cha kwanza alifanya, alijirusha kutoka kwa gorofa 3rd floor. Akaanguka chini mara ya kwanza na akakufa hivyo. Na hivyo ndio alikufa. So now the question is, watu ambayo hasira ikikuja na mara ya kwanza ni kuteka step, huwa shida inakuanga wapi? Yes.
Wow. That's a very sad story. Well, it's about anger. And it's about how you manage your anger.
Yes.
And it's about how you address situation in your lives. I'm sure all of us have scenarios that warranted us to kill ourselves. You know? And it's normal for a human being to express their feelings in different ways. But I want to talk to our viewers today. It's important to be able to manage, because situations will come.
Yes.
And the thing about situations or hurting moments is we don't plan for them. They just come.
Yes.
And maybe you've not faced a situation today, but maybe tomorrow you might face something.
Yes.
So how do you manage that situation? So you need to develop yourself to a level that you value yourself more.
Yes.
I think that self-value is very important to every person.
Yes.
Because when you value yourself more, then you're able to sit back and ask yourself, yes, this has happened to me. So what next?
Yes.
Because sometimes some of these things, when they happen, they make us feel like it is the end of the world. But it is not the end of the world.
Yes.
So if you're that person who is always rushing into decisions, into situations that end up harming you, you need to be able to do things, to look at how do I manage this.
Yes.
That management is very, very important. And sometimes these are things that are caused because of things we've gone through. If maybe that lady, maybe she had gone through several hurting things.
Yes.
Amekuwa rejected so many times, so many times. And maybe that pain, haijawahi kuwa healed, it's still there.
Yes.
So if it happens again, it triggers that pain yenye imekuwa hapo, and the only now way to survive is to kill oneself. So also don't carry those trauma things that has happened to you. Talk to someone about them.
Yes.
Because you might feel this thing triggered suicide, but it may be something that has been there for the last 5 years. So hii ni ile nimesema una burst. So things have been happening. Hiyo baloni imekuwa ikiwekwa maji. So but now imefika mwisho. So the way it burst, mi nitajirusha tu. Hakuna option.
Yes.
So talk to someone. Don't die alone. Talk to someone.
Alafu ni muhimu sana wakati ambapo labda watu wanaingia katika mahusiano kama hayo. Eleza mtu kutoka roho yako, mimi sipendangi hiki na ikifika jamani, yani be open, mtu akuje. Unajua kuna watu wameficha character. Unatembea na mtu lakini umjuangi. Mnakaa na mtu but you don't know about this person. So ikikuja kulipuka unakuja kurealize na yenyewe nilikosea wapi. Sikuwa natamani labda kutembea na mtu kama ama kufanya kitu kama hiki. Kuna mtu anafanya kitu anakuja tena kuregret later after ashafanya kitu kama kile. How can one cope up with the Usaid crisis, or how can one develop reliance and ensure life goes on? Yes.
Yeah, that is important because the thing is life has to go on.
Yes.
Maisha lazima itaendelea. And I said that you need to, I talked about you acknowledge your emotions.
Yes.
That this has happened and it's not the end of this life. Then reframe this situation. See it as an opportunity.
Yes.
To explore new paths. Imefungikana.
Yes.
This door has closed. Which other doors and windows are there available for me? And then you need to focus on the positive.
Yes.
It's important for you to be able to focus on positive. Positive side of what is happening today.
Yes.
And then build a support system.
Yes.
Who is your support system at a time like this? Is it your spouse? Are they your friends? Are they your parents? You need to surround yourself with people who will encourage you and support you.
Yes.
That is very important. And then I had talked about creating a routine is very important. See how I've been 8 hours nimekuwa in the organization. So how am I going to cover those 8 hours?
Yes.
So create a routine. Sababu if you say nitalala ama there is nothing for me to do, you'll end up being very depressed.
Yes.
Then set small goals, things that you can do.
Yes.
Small ones. You might have been an IT person.
Yes.
So where else can I work? Where else can I serve my skills of IT? Maybe in a school, go into a school and tell a school, I have these IT skills. Can I help you set up good system? Sometimes they may not even, it's just volunteer. What we are looking at is creating a routine. That is very important.
Yes.
Invest in yourself, learn new skills, focus on self-care.
Yes.
Na hapa niliongea kuhusu physical activities.
Yes.
If you can join a gym, well and good. If you can exercise, hata kujog around, walk and all those things, do something that will keep yourself physically fit, because being active, it has a way of helping in your mental health. Yes, that is very important.
Wow. What next in terms of career? What are the long-term plans for the one should have?
So in terms of career, it's important to look at what other areas.
Yes.
If you have skills that are cross-cutting, what other areas can you explore?
Yes.
What other fields? If one field is closed, look at what other fields you can work in. That is very important. And then I have talked about you update your resume. Network actively. It's important. You network actively. Usianze kusema there are no jobs. Jobs are there.
Yes.
I've learned to tell myself that jobs are there.
Kwa wingi.
Yes, and your skills are needed. Your skills are needed out there.
Yes.
So usijifungie, sell yourself out there, and it's going to help you a lot.
Yes.
Yes.
Kuna yule mtu labda kazi meisha financial, sasa tuzungumzia mambo na hayo. Yani ameshtukiwa tu today manzeni aje, thank you very much for joining us for those days umekuwa na sisi na kazi meisha. Huyo mtu anafaa anzia wapi? Juu akusave hata shilingi, ana finance hata moja, na ameshtukiwa kitu kama yani imekuja like an emergency. So the help that you can give this person.
And I think that is key, because it's about finances here.
Yes.
And sometimes maybe some of the questions that one can ask themselves, like how long can I sustain myself financially without a job? Maybe hata kama ni savings kidogo ulikuwa nayo, utajiuliza how can I sustain myself?
Yes.
And then the other thing you look at now, are there some changes that I need to make? If I was staying in a house that I'm paying rent 25k,
yes,
Do I need to reduce my rent to 10,000 or 8K or 12,000? Those are things that you need to do.
Yes.
So you need to start looking at areas that you are able to changes that you can make.
Yes.
So financial changes that you can make. Then you need to start small in terms of what else can I do? Niko na 5,000 shillings. What else can I do? I have a friend of mine who cooks chapati for guys.
Yes.
And it's bringing in some money and good money.
Yes.
What is there? That other small thing you can do. I have another one, anapikanga samosa, and it helps. In a peak. So you need to start small. Don't say that there is nothing you can do. You need to start small and don't despise any work.
Yes.
Kazi yoyote fanya.
Anything kuna watu wanachagua sana kazi.
Yes.
Sana mtu amesoma, kuna degree yake pale lakini anaambiwa kuja utukandie tunga ya chapati. Mtu anasema mimi na degree yangu nikande chapati. Siwezi fanya hivyo. Ni opportunity imekuja ameachilia. Lakini by the end of the day alikuwa tu kwa nyumba ameketi akibagua kazi. Those people pia wako katika hiyo category ya kukosa kazi bado. Unaweza kuambia nini with that mentality that they have.
So what I would say, don't select the type of job.
Yes.
If it's something, don't view it as watu wako chini, hapana. Anything that you can do to survive, do it. Lakini usiibe.
Yes.
Yes. Anything you can. There are several things that you can do. You can even clean. I know people who are very good at organizing houses. You can just put yourself out there and say, I'm very good in organizing things. I'll come organize your bedroom, organize your sitting, organize things for people, and people will start calling you. So don't select. This is not the time to select and say, I can only do this. I can't do this. No.
Yes.
Just look for that thing that your hand can find to do. Just do it. And you'll find that if it's something that you enjoy doing, it will bring in money. Yes. So structure your finances.
Yes.
If there are things that you need to let go, just let them go. If there are lifestyle that you need to let go, just let it go. Yes. And look at what is it that you can do to survive a time like this.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Natumai ya kwamba mumeweza kusoma kitu. It has been enjoying nini section. Watu meweza kuenjoy pale. Labda jambo la mwisho ambalo una feel like ungependa kuaddress, labda sijakuzia kwa wewe mwenyewe, unaweza kuambia labda kwa dakika kadhaa ambazo ziko hapo.
So maybe one thing that I want to tell people out there, especially who are going through this crisis, don't lock yourself in. There's a lot that you can do. And this country needs you, your family needs you, everybody needs you. And you have that one skill that you can use to turn the life around of someone else. So use that skill. Yes.
Wow.
So you are more than you think. Yes.
Kuna moja hapa alikuwa ameuliza tukimalizia if Usaid funding cuts continue, should we start crowdfunding mental health services with mental health services? Hilo ni swali alikuwa ameuliza. Help me to cope up with the global policy decisions. Au unaweza kumwambia nini kuhusiana hilo swali?
So maybe the first thing first, and this is what we are not sure when things will be stable again. We are not even sure about after the 90 days what next. Maybe the status quo might continue, or maybe the government will have done something else. But what I would want to tell this person is, one of the things that you need to do is to develop a coping mechanism. That is very important. Your mental health is very important. How you're going to deal with this situation, you need to be mentally healthy. Because if we lost it at the mental health capacity, then we are going to lose it completely. So you need to be of stable mind at this time. Whatever is happening, mentally you need to be healthy. And like I've talked, those things that I've talked about in creating that resilience, in developing coping mechanism, look at what I've talked about today. And if you need help, you ask for help. You can contact me. and I can always help.
Yes.
Especially with issue to do with mental health. Yes.
What are the long-term mental health consequences of USAID funding cuts on communities that are really on programs, and how can local organizations fill the gap?
And it is true, there are going to be crises. Because if you look at the communities, most of the services in the community, they are donor funded. They are donor funded.
Yes.
And I know we are going to feel the heat if we've not started. Like projects that have been running in communities. Project to do with GBV, gender-based violence.
Yes.
Project to do with HIV, prevention, things to do with young girls and young women. All these that are things that have been running on donor funds. And they have made a lot of impact, even in terms of reducing HIV infection in this country. These are programs that have played a key role. But now the challenge will go back to the community.
Yes.
One, to our government also. I'm glad we have those county government.
Yes.
So it's a high time now, our county government, our national government, to sit down and rethink and ask ourselves, what is it that we are learning from this?
Yes.
So are we going to leave things just go here? Are we going to leave HIV where we were in those 90s where people were dying? So we need to look at what, at our own level, what can I do? And even as personally, in terms of prevention, especially because we've seen HIV infection going very high among 15 to 24 years.
Yes.
I want to ask the young people, 15 to 24 years, what is it? We are in this crisis now.
Yes.
But as a person, I need to take personal responsibility in terms of my own health,
Yes.
in terms of my own prevention. I need to take my own personal responsibility.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow, asanteni sana. Natumai ya kwamba nimeweza kuangalia baadhi ya maswali ambayo mlikuwa mshatuma pale. Asanteni sana kwa kuja, asante sana, nashukuru. Na labda tukimalizia, kuna mtu labda angependa kuongea na wewe ama kukupata ama katika social media platforms, unajiita nani na ni vipi labda mtu anaweza kufikia wewe mwenyewe ukaweza kumsaidia?
In the Facebook naenda kwa jina Joy Wangai.
Yes.
So I'll be putting most of my links in my Facebook page.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. Asante sana. TikTok, Instagram, hizo.
I'm yet to open that.
Yes.
And I will do that.
Yeah.
But again, you can always get my contact through TAS.
Yes.
Yes, you can call them in and they can give you my contact.
Wow. Asanteni sana. Natumai ya kwamba umeweza kusoma jambo. Uko na wakati mwema na tuungane tena wakati mwingine. Kwaheri.
Are you a campus student looking to gain real-world experience? Look no further. At Tante Africa Studios, we offer exciting attachment opportunities that will elevate your skills and boost your career. Join us in tackling real challenges and making an impact in the industry. Are you ready to step up? And don't worry, we promise to make it fun. After all, who said learning can't have a little laughter? We are located at Thika Nema Plaza 2nd floor. Apply now and take your first step towards your future. Visit our website or contact us today at TAS TV on all social media platforms. Tante Africa Studios, your dream, our vision.
Ready to learn German? TAS College is the perfect place to start. Grab a partial scholarship opportunity in German language beginner course today and unlock new opportunities to work abroad.
Guten Morgen. Good morning. Guten Tag. Good afternoon. Guten Abend. Good evening. These are some of the words that you will be learning in our school. So come and join the new beginner classes for German classes at our school.
Whether it is for travel, career, or personal growth, TAS College has you covered. Whether you prefer online or physical classes, we have the ideal learning option for you. With monthly intakes and experienced instructors, you will be speaking German in no time. We are located in Thika Town along Kenyatta Highway at Nema Plaza 2nd floor opposite Thika Bazaar building. Ready to begin? Call 0798-154-042 to enroll today. TAS College, striving through talent.